Welcome to Dose with Grace. I hope you're doing well and taking very good care of yourself. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi. I'm so happy to bring this video to you on this very auspicious day of Ganesh Chaturthi. It gives me an extra boost to share my learnings and my thoughts with you. I know it's been long since my last video, but maybe this was a perfect occasion to bring today's topic. But before that, a very happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all of you. Om Gan Ganpate Namaha. And let's begin with the chanting of these two powerful Mahamantras. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Thank you for joining back. Today, I'm very happy to share my own learnings about this topic, which is so vast and so big that it is very difficult to ever give a complete perspective, even my own, through one small video. But there's always a beginning, and as today is Ganesh Chaturthi, it is the beginning and auspiciousness. And with that, I would like to begin this topic and maybe leave it for you to contemplate on these thoughts and share your own perspectives and maybe reflect upon your own understanding of what you feel about relationships. As soon as we are born into this world, this is the first thing that unknowingly comes along with our birth. Relationships. Relationships with our caregivers, with the people who have given us birth in this world, and then on to the point where we are connected to the entire universe through this whole matrix of relationships. Well, as you can clearly see, this is a huge topic. And that is why, if you really see, the whole life is about understanding, accepting, and in fact, completely mastering the art of relationships. So, I would like to share my 2 cents upon whatever has been my understanding by bringing it into 3 different points. Relationships are of many kinds, but today let's discuss relationships of primarily 3 types. One of the most foremost relationship that we have is the relationship that we see around, the relationship with others, because that's what we straight away connect with. The relationship with our family to begin with, then relationship with our friends, relatives, and then it grows outwards in the form of a circle in the relationship with our colleagues, contemporaries, competitors, acquaintances, people we like, people we don't like. And in these relationships, we form certain impressions about ourselves and about the world. Certain impressions are so strongly formed that we almost take them as so real that they become a part of our personality. For example, if we experience externally a lot of love and compassion, we start believing the world is full of love and compassion. If we experience externally a lot of deceit and a lot of um, discomfort, mistrust, or if we feel too let down by people, we start believing the world cannot be trusted. The world is full of people who are here to hurt us. Or if we interact with a lot of people who haven't been able to show and express a lot of love, care, and give us a sense of security, we start believing the world is insecure, the world is insensitive, and the world is not comforting. So our impressions are formed right from our early age to the point that we start giving back to the world what we have been formed of. Because if we really see what all we carry inside, over a period of time, like I said, it becomes so real to us. Even though it was just one incident or one series of incidents only from one particular relationship, we start believing that's how the world operates. And we start reacting and responding to the world in the same way as we react or respond to that relationship, believing that to be the world around us. There's no right or wrong here, and that is why as many people there are in the world, as many relationships we will have. And as many people are there in the world, as many perspectives there will be to this thought. Because to each is their own understanding and capability of enduring emotions through relationships. However, let's move to the second type of relationship. So first one is with the people around us, and it begins with your immediate, very intimate family, and then it grows outwards to the maybe entire world. The second type of relationship is our relationship with the one who is supreme consciousness. People who are believers of supreme consciousness, that we call as God, in different names in different religions, or for spiritual people it could be called as their higher self, and even for atheists they do believe in also higher consciousness, which they call as their own hard work and their own efforts. So our relationship with that, which is way more powerful, way more secure, way more giving, loving, way more abundant, way more sorted than us, which we call God, and in different names, in different religions, in different faiths, and different parts of life. That relationship is a relationship that shows us or gives us the sense of right and wrong. In every faith, in every religion, the way God is being prayed to, either in the form of rituals or in the form of spiritual texts, there is always a way of communication, a relationship that shows us our path in life. For some people, their higher consciousness can also be their art form. There is a very beautiful story that there was a very prolific musician from a very uh, from a from a faith who had come, who was not educated. He had never traveled much in life, and when he came to India, he performed, and then when he finished his performance, he just sat by. He was staying in a very good hotel in India because, like I said, he was a very prolific musician, and he was staying in a very luxurious hotel. But after his performance, like how many artists feel, they need to be one with the nature. They just want to wind down, away from the public glare and stuff. So he went in a very serene, secluded place away from that big hotel where only he was alone. And he was not from a Hindu faith, though he had visited India for his performance, but he was not a Hindu faith, and he probably had uh, never read or seen pictures of many Hindu gods, as we have many. So he said that he was just sitting there and he was playing his instrument alone with himself. And he got so lost in playing his instrument that at a certain time he saw a particular form of God, which he didn't understand that was a God. He saw a particular form that appeared in front of him. And later, when he described that form, that was the form of Hanumanji, which is an Indian god, and he is considered to be one of the very big devotees of an avatar of Vishnu. So here I'm just saying that the connection with God, the our relationship with God, is what shows us a lot of clarity in our life and fills us with a lot of abundance in the form of eternal bliss, love, and compassion. And that is what that musician felt when he had that kind of a vision. And he said that when he came back, he was a very changed person. So the first relationship is what it does, and this is the relationship that in fact fills the gap that comes after going through the trials and tribulations and the illusions of the first type of relationships in our lives. So that is why holding that relationship very sacred, very close, and very much there in your life every day, even if it is for 5 minutes, that relationship with your higher self, with your God, with your Almighty, with your Guru, with your Ishtadev, whatever you may call it, is very precious, because that is the source of our energy, that is the source of our light, that is the source of our life. The third type of relationship. Now you must be wondering, we have covered everything. Is there another type of relationship that is left? Yes. The third type of relationship is actually the combination of the first and the second. And I'll explain how it is that. The third type of relationship is the relationship we have with ourselves. The relationship we have formed with ourselves, and the relationship that is so important, that helps us carry through the whole journey of life. And why do I say it is a combination of the first and the second? Because self is not different from actually others. We are, if we truly understand our true nature, it is like if there is an air in this room, and if we put a pot on it, and then we put a cup, and then we put a glass, and then we put a pitcher upside down, inside it there will be the same air, but the shape and the forms on the outside will be very different. So that is how we are, anek, many, but inside us is the same consciousness, is the same supreme consciousness. So the relationship with God, the relationship with the supreme consciousness is actually the relationship with our true inner self, and relationship with others is the relationship with our form, the personality that is operating in this world, doing all the karmas. Right now I'm talking to you, but I am separate from you, and that's why I'm able to talk to you. But deep down inside, we are all the same. We are all part of the same supreme consciousness. We are the same energy. We are the same light, and we are the same life. The relationship with ourselves is far more special, because that is the relationship where, since it's a combination of the two, it is one of the most beautiful but at the same time most complex. I wouldn't use the word complicated because that makes it sound very difficult. I would say complex and sensitive, because how we talk to ourselves is what forms the basis of how we interact with others. Imagine if we are always talking very affirming, very loving, and very comforting words to ourselves. That will become our vocabulary for even others. But if we talk down upon ourselves, and if we try to always criticize ourselves, always trying to find how to punish ourselves through our own words, and we do that, trust me, that becomes our vocabulary even for others around us. And sometimes we wonder, where is this coming from? It's coming from what we generate for ourselves. It is less than what we hear from the others. It is more what we tell ourselves. That is why it is said that it is not what you hear, but what you tell yourself after what you hear, what matters the most. So, on this wonderful day, on this very auspicious day of Ganesh Chaturthi, an auspicious beginning of wonderful relationship with ourselves, with our God, and with the people around us, can make us all live a very happy, a very peaceful, a very fulfilled, and a very uplifting life. Let's all strive for it, and I'm sure on this, with the blessings of Lord Ganesha, we all feel already very empowered to be very kind and loving to first ourselves and then to everyone around us. Once again, a very happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all of you. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.